What's up, everybody, and happy Memorial Day weekend. So today's video, we are going back to the comment section of one of my previous videos, and we're going to have a look at this. Ben McIntyre asks, "Hi Mark, big fan. Question, how do you find the time to balance your lifestyle as a bodybuilder, actor, author, entertainer, lover, and friend?" So let's explain this.
6'4" and full of muscle.
Mark. All right, first of all, keep these questions coming, guys. I love answering your questions, making videos, explaining a little bit so you can get to know me. Big shout out to the guy who asked this question, Ben McIntyre. I've known him since I was a kid, and he was always one of these guys who just excelled at everything without even trying. I'm sure you guys know the type. They're constantly shredded without even having to work out, have muscle definition without even going to the gym, and just naturally good at sports. And he was one of these guys who excelled at everything he's ever does, without even trying. So I always said if I had, half of that kind of talent, who knows where I'd be right now, because I feel like I've had to work so hard at everything I've achieved. But I love the question. Let's get into this. How do I balance all the things that I do with life? So for me, I live alone, and usually in the evening time, it's pretty quiet around here. So I like to take the night before every day, and while I'm, just relaxing, and I like to kind of brainstorm what I want to accomplish the following day. I like to think of, okay, this is what I need to get done in the morning. This is what I'm going to do in the afternoon, and so on and so forth. So I'll take the thing that's most important to me that day, and I'll try to get it done in the morning. So if getting to the gym is the most important part of the day, I'll wake up, make sure I get a good breakfast, and then I'll get to the gym and have that out of the way first thing. I also like to write things down, so I don't forget. I'll make a to-do list, and I'll write down all the things that I want to accomplish, maybe for the week or for the day. So maybe it'll be, I'm writing a story, and I'll have a goal set in mind, and I like to make smaller goals, and I like to achieve that. So maybe on my to-do list would be get a chapter written for my next book that I'm working on, or write a verse for the next song, and I'll make a list. So every day, whether it be I actually write it down or I make a mental list, I like to have a to-do list of everything I want to accomplish that day. And usually, it might be 5 or 10 things, with the first few things in that list are the most important. And then going down the list is the things that are not quite as important, but things that I would like to get to if I have time. So I would say as viewing each day as a plan of attack and things that you're going to do, and trying to be as productive as you can each day. Also, I like to have my priorities in order. So and for you guys, it's probably similar, with family, those kind of things are real important. So you always want to make sure you're not neglecting anything. It's kind of like when you're working out. You want to develop the body, fully. You don't want to just have all bicep and no tricep. You want to have everything has to be in unison and in proportion with each other. So when we work out, we develop everything in the body, and then when we look at our lives, we want to have everything not neglected. We want to focus, ample amount of our mental energy and physical energy on different tasks. So that's why I think also writing down the different things that are important to you so that you don't forget it. Having a list of everything that is important to you, maybe so these things are the top priority, and these things are the lesser priority. But just having that written down, that helps me to balance everything out in life. Also, sometimes I think you just got to realize, you got to make time for the things that are important, and you can't just obsess over one thing all the time. So it could, if it's your career, you can't just put all your focus into one thing, because there's more to life than just one thing. And I think it's unhealthy just to put all of your focus into doing one thing and then not having time for your family or your friends or other things. Everything's all about keeping everything in proportion and focusing just the right amount of energy on the things that are most important to you without neglecting, other aspects of life that are also important. And I realize that certain things are important to some people and they're not important to other people. But I just always try to keep in mind, what's life really about, and try to achieve that happiness. So thank you for the question. Hopefully, you've learned a little bit more about what makes me tick and how I go about my day. I brainstorm at night and I write down the things I want to accomplish, and I never forget the small things and the big things, and I always find time for my friends that I care about. It's all about balance in life, and I'll be here for you guys. I'll always be here. If you ever have a question, feel free to ask. If anybody needs advice, you can always come to me. And thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Mark Haynes doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. Follow me.